So our I can statements for 5.4 are going to be calculate the sum of interior angle measures of a polygon, calculate the measure of one interior angle of a regular polygon, and calculate the measure of one exterior angle of a regular polygon. So first we have to know or decide what is the vocab. What does that mean? So first, a simple closed figure is just going to be a polygon. Polygon is a simple closed figure formed by 3 or more line segments. Equilateral, all sides are the same. Lateral, maybe I should finish writing that one. Equilateral. And then equiangular, all angles have the same measure. So equilateral, all the sides are the same. Equiangular, all the angles are the same. So if I have a triangle that has all the same size sides, sometimes we show that with little notches here. And if they're all the same angle here, that's going to be called a regular polygon. Yep. A regular polygon has the same size sides and the same angles. Or equilateral and equiangular. Another name for it. These two things here. Okay, so polygon names. Poly means many. Gon means sides. So polygon, it's just something with many sides. 3 sides, triangle. 4, quadrilateral. 5, pentagon. 6, hexagon. Heptagon, octagon, nonagon, so on and so forth. Sometimes you can kind of remember like quad means 4, so 4 sides. Tri means 3. Pent, like the pentagon, has 5 sides. Octagon, octopus, has 8 legs, 8 sides. Yeah. Okay, so I have 180 degrees total in here, correct? So how much, if these are all going to be the same, how much would each be? I would take 180 and divide it by however many angles I have, which is 3. So it would be 60 degrees. Each one of these would be 60 degrees. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be able to find the sum of the interior angles of any polygon. So the sum of the interior angles is found by taking the number of triangles formed by connecting non-adjacent. And what does non-adjacent mean? Not next to. Non-adjacent angles times 180 degrees. So if I have a 4-sided figure, I pick one corner or one vertex and I go and I connect it to all the other non-adjacent vertexes. So this one is right next to it. So if I connect it, it would just be that, it would be the wall of my quadrilateral, right? But I could connect it to this one, right? And that's the only one I can connect it to. How many triangles do I have now? I have 2 triangles. This is 180 degrees and this is 180 degrees. So however many triangles I make, I'm going to multiply it by 180. So 180 times 2 is 360 degrees. 360 degrees is the sum of the interior angles. All of those added up. So if I have a pentagon, and this would be, yeah, that's 5 sides. Take one vertex. So if I start here and connect to the other vertexes besides the ones right next to it would be here and here. How many triangles do I make? 1, 2, 3. So I would do 180 times 3 because each of those triangles include 180 degrees. So this would be 540. So with me? Okay, now one of the easier ways to do it besides actually finding the amount of triangles inside of the shape is by taking the number of sides and subtracting 2 and then multiplying it by 180. So just like here, our number of sides was 4, correct? 4 minus 2 equals 2. So 180 degrees times 2, which is equal to 360. 5 sides, 5 minus 2 is 3. And that's how many triangles. That's just the number. It's just in your formula. Well, it's however many. 2 will always be the same. It's the formula for this to find the number or the angle or the sum of the interior angles. So you always subtract it by 2, the number of sides. Subtract 2 and then multiply by 180, which is personally, that's going to be a lot easier than drawing it out and connecting like this, connecting the vertex to the other side and then finding however many triangles there are and then, yeah. All right, so here we're going to do this just the mathematical way. Hexagon has how many sides? 6. So hex means 6. I'm going to subtract 2. So 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 times 180 equals 720. Okay. Octagon. Octagon means 8.
It has 8 legs.
An octopus does, yes. Whatever. You know, tentacles. 8 minus 2 equals 6. 6 times 180 is 1,080.
Where'd you get the 180?
Multiply 1,080. This 180?
Yeah.
You multiply, that's part of your formula. Mm-hmm. And then 15 gon, so a lot of times it only goes up till a certain name, like triangle, and has 3 sides, and octagon. So 15 gon just means it has 15 sides. So you're going to take 15, subtract 2, you get 13, and multiply that by 180, which will get you 2,340 degrees. So this means that in an octagon, the total number is 1,080. Okay. Questions? Comments? All right, so finding the measure of one interior angle of a regular pentagon, or polygon, sorry. A regular polygon means that it has the same size sides and the same size angles. So that means that if I have a pentagon, a regular pentagon, this is a terrible pentagon, but these ones are all going to be equal. Well, if I have a pentagon, how many total are there inside here? Remember, it's 540. So I'm going to take this number and I'm going to divide it by the number of sides. So the sum of the angles divided by the number of angles. And the number of angles is going to be the same as the number of sides. So by finding the sum of the interior angles. So octagon, again, you have to find the sum of the interior angles of an octagon. So we would do 8 minus 2 which is 6, and multiply it by 180, we get, is it 720 or 1,000? 1,080? 1,080? Yeah. Okay, so that the sum of the octagon, interior angles of an octagon, are 1,080. And then you're going to take the sum of the angles and divide this number by the number of angles, or the number of sides. So divided by 8. Last thing we're going to do is going to be an exterior angle. So exterior angle is created by extending a side of a polygon. So this polygon has 5 sides, so it's a pentagon. Extending the sides creates these exterior angles right here. These exterior angles, no matter how many sides, the sum of the exterior angles is going to be 360 degrees. So 360 goes right here. Does not matter how many sides, the sum of the exterior angles is 360 degrees. So when you add them all up, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is going to equal 360 degrees. So remember, if it's a regular polygon, all the angles are the same. So, regular polygon, triangle, I would take 360 and divide by the number of sides. 360 divided by 3. So, 120 degrees. That's each one of them. 360 degrees divided by quadrilateral, divided by? That's the answer. Divide by 4, and you get 90. And then octagon, 360 divided by 8, and you get 45 degrees. So what this means is, so we have a triangle. If I were to continue on, these each would be 120 degrees. Okay. Go to your homework. We're going to do one problem, page 401, number 10. So number 10, you are wanting to find x. X is your unknown, and you're given 95 and 115. You're also not given this exterior angle here. So you first need to find that one out. How do I find that out? This out. Subtract it from what? 180, because right here this creates this line. So I have 180 and subtract 110, so I get 70. So this angle right here is 70. Well, then I have 70 plus 95 gets me 165, and then add it to the 115. So I'm adding up all of my exterior angles, and I get 280, and I'm going to subtract my sum of those exterior angles, and I'm going to subtract it from 360. So I get, would it be 80? 80 degrees. Okay, your assignment. Page 401, 1 through 7 odd, number 11, 17 through 27 odd.